Atomic Blonde comes from one of the directors of John Wick in David Leitch and is based on a 2012 graphic novel, The Coldest City. It stars Charlize Theron as Lorraine Broughton, who is this top MI6 agent sent into Berlin just before the collapse of the Berlin Wall to uncover a list of double agents who have been smuggled into the West. Now, I had been pretty excited for this film as I am a fan of the original John Wick, and I was intrigued to see how David Leitch would go on a solo directing effort, considering he is currently filming Deadpool 2 here in Vancouver. There was a lot of hype for this film to be the female John Wick, where the film had been dubbed Jane Wick. And while I had fun with the film, I can't help but feel a little disappointed with it. The film is framed primarily in flashbacks, with Lorraine talking to Toby Jones and John Goodman, representing the MI6 and CIA respectively, which kind of lessens the tension here. John Wick used a book-ended approach in its structure that left you kind of guessing about the fate of John Wick. Here it's not so much. Lorraine never really has much personal motivation in the film, where really her own main motivation is just to complete this mission or attempt to keep people alive, or just to keep herself alive really, leaving it really hard to kind of grasp out to her as a character. Charlize is still incredible to watch, and she gets a fair bit of exposure in the film, but I wish we had a bit more drive to her character. James McAvoy is in the film as David Percival, who acts as Lorraine's connection in Berlin, and I'm convinced McAvoy will have an Oscar on his shelf in the next few years. The man commits 100% and is phenomenal in any role, and he is just as intriguing here to watch as ever. Following Split, the man can just morph into any character he is given. Sofia Boutella unfortunately is underutilized again, pretty much existing to just sleep with Lorraine in the film and just tell us things about Lorraine's mission that we already kind of know. The film really just feels slow and lazy in its approach, where we really have seen this type of spy film before. The movie opts for style over substance, where flashy titles and a pumping 80s soundtrack cover the thinly spreaded plot here. Unlike Guardians of the Galaxy and Baby Driver, where the music is a character and a major part of those films, the music kind of opts for the Suicide Squad approach of really grabbing your attention with memorable songs and highlighting pin drops rather than using music memorably and uniquely. The film is often murky in its presentation of diegetic sound, which is sound that is a part of the film world that the characters themselves can listen to and interact with, where in this film the songs really serve no purpose other than for the audience to simply know and recognize them. 99 Luft Balloons is used multiple times in this film, sometimes for comedic purposes and to lighten up scenes, other times just for the sake of being a well-known 80s song. There are a number of times where music feels like it is diegetic and a part of the world, but a character will light a lighter and the music will simply cut out, and it's kind of left up in the air as to whether that music was actually a part of the world or was simply used just to bump up the scene for the audience. It's very confusing in its approach, and I really do wish a smarter use of the music here had been considered. The film is beautifully shot, and there is some absolutely gorgeous lighting. The stunts, as expected, are incredible. This is definitely more of a spy espionage film than the so-called Jane Wick that people were predicting it would be, but there is an incredible 10-minute sequence in a stairwell that is staged to look like one continuous shot that utilizes some camera and editing tricks to join separately filmed segments into one supposed continuous shot. This has some of the best staged fight camera choreography that is around today. It is hands down fantastic to watch. I just wish there was more of this in the film, rather than the film attempting to reveal a plot that doesn't really seem all that interesting or that compelling to be told to the audience. The film really is at its best when it showcases its stunts and the stunt actors' work, showcasing what David Leitch is best known for. The stunts and fight choreography in this film are worth the ticket alone. Unfortunately, the stunts are bogged down by a plot that doesn't really feel like it wants to be told. There is some enjoyment to be had here, but as a spy film that we've honestly already seen before, I can't help but feel disappointed with Atomic Blonde. It's definitely more of a matinee Netflix watch, or worth maybe a late night screening. I saw this at a later screening, and and it definitely had that vibe to it, where you could kind of catch it late night, sort of lay back, where there aren't too many people around. You can kind of just try and take in the film. Film definitely has that 80s smoky cinema vibe to it. So while I definitely think most people will probably leave catching this film until it hits Netflix, I think the rest of us are going to be waiting for John Wick 3 to be released. So for me, Atomic Blonde gets a 6.5 out of 10. It's disappointing for me as I was looking forward to this film. It's still worth seeing, I think. If you want to see state-of-the-art stunt work and choreography that deserves to be recognized. I just hope David Leitch works on delivering a better plot when it comes to Deadpool 2. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. If you did, do remember to hit the thumbs up button, give it a like, and hit the comment section down below. Are you going to see Atomic Blonde? Were you planning to see Atomic Blonde? Do let me know down below in the comment section. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, do hit the subscribe button with a little bell next to it, which will remind you of when the Mono Report uploads new content. And don't forget you can follow the Mono Report on Facebook and Twitter at the Mono Report. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to stay right here for your Mono Fix. Bye, guys.